I'm in the kitchen. I'm using my counter for a show and tell. We just got home from the funeral. It's 6 o'clock in the evening, and we got to the funeral home at 10 o'clock this morning. Excuse me, I just burped in your face like a bad person. I'm not even starting over. Excuse me. But we just got home, and when we got home, we had a delivery. And Maria, thank you so much, Maria. She sent me an edible arrangement full of fruit. So excited. I ate an apple out of it, and I ate a grape. Dad had a grape, but he had to go play cards. I've never gotten an edible arrangement before, but my goodness, it looks so good. And it'll fit in our refrigerator, hopefully. It's in a pumpkin. I mean, it's a ceramic pumpkin, but look how pretty. Look at it. It's got a little, look at this guy. Hello. Oh, it's so wonderful. That'll be breakfast, a bowl of fruit tomorrow. Thank you so very much. I was so excited when she brought that in. The lady who delivered it, she was looking at what we're doing in our house. We were just chit-chatting. Very nice lady who delivered it. But I know sometimes it's hard for people to deliver things because we bought reflective numbers to put on our mailbox a couple weeks ago, but somebody whose name rhymes with Thumper has not put them on the, my face is really red. Maybe it's just a lighting. No, it's red. So in the next couple of days, it's rainy today. It rained all day today, but tomorrow for the next few days, it's supposed to not rain. He's going to have to get numbers out there. But, okay. We got up early this morning, got ready, and got to the funeral home at 10. Visitation was 10 to 11, and then the service was at 11. And we were just lucky to get a spot right across the street from the door. We had to go around the side door because of where the ramp was, and so many people. Hundreds and hundreds of people. They had to stop letting people in. At 11, they wanted to start their service, so they just stopped letting people file in. They just escorted them to a room. And they had, it was weird seeing him in a casket, but they had some of his hunting paraphernalia and one of his hats. He always wore these wide brim, like, almost like a Indiana Jones hat. And afterwards at the community center, they had his hats everywhere and pictures of him everywhere. On his one board, there's pictures of him we had a cottage up north, and he always took his kids up there and go hunting and in the canoe. And I'm like, hey, that's behind our cottage. And but at 11 o'clock, they got everybody settled in, and they had a little Christian service, which lasted maybe half an hour. Then they had a little break, and then they set up for the Native American service. Because Mike is married to an Indian, and Mike is considered part of the tribe, and he is an elder of that tribe. He just became an elder. When you're 55, you're considered an elder. And it was a very interesting experience to watch. And I happened to be right up front on the side, and the drum circle, they had a drum circle, was right next to me with a big drum, and they did some songs, and they had all this stuff laid out. There's a purpose for everything. They smudged everything with the sage. They had sage burning the entire time in 2 shells, and they did a water ceremony with sacred blessed water that they went and put a feather in and touched the foreheads of the family and blessed them. They blessed Mike, and they chanted different chants to the different directions. Then they did a tobacco thing where you hold it in your left hand and you give prayers to the tobacco. And then they pick the tobacco back up and they put it in the pipe, and they have a pipe ceremony where the smoke and all your prayers go up to, up there. And they had 2 pipes, and it was so fascinating. And then they do this thing where they go and they put things in his coffin with him that for his journey, like they put him a pipe and a flint and a cup to drink water and a little bowl with a spoon. And they were telling us the meanings of everything they were putting in with him. And one is this little bowl of these little parcels for if anything tries to block his way, any unsavory being, it's kind of like a gift to keep going on his path. He's on the path of souls. And in their belief, it takes 4 days, a 4-day traveling on the path of souls. And I think they travel out the west. They go in the east and out the west. It's a whole lot, people. It's fascinating. And that service lasted a really long time. Till about 2:30, I think. And then they were going out to the cemetery, which is like a half an hour away. And me and Dad and some of us, other of us, went to the community center to wait because it's rainy and muddy. I just burped apple. Excuse me. And I knew I wouldn't be able to get out of the cemetery anyway. Ugh, why is that making me burp? But anyway, so we sat at the community center with his friend Odie and his wife and chatted with them. Then everybody came, and I talked to his daughter Abby for a while. She was with her mom when they tracked him in the woods, and she said, yeah, we found him, and he did what he always told me to do. If you're gonna go down, throw your gun away from you. So his gun was laying away from him, so he knew he must have been going down. And she got him turned over and started doing CPR. They called 911, and she did CPR till someone came out there. He was already gone, she said, but I said, I would have done the same thing. I would have done CPR too, even though you know they're gone. If there's even a chance. Jacob, his grandson, just turned 15, and he just learned how to say 15 last week. Mike's wife was telling me, because Jacob has Down syndrome and sometimes words are hard for him, and a double F is really hard for him, and they'd worked on it for a long time leading up to his 15th birthday, and he finally got it last week, and he was telling everybody at the funeral home, I'm 15, and he can say it perfectly. He was so proud of the fact that he was 15, and everybody would hug on him because he's got to process it different. At the community center, I was talking to his mom, Alicia, and she's like, yeah, he just started hitting him just a little bit ago that what was really happening. And so it'll be a lot for him. It'll be a lot for them all. I got all their phone numbers because our contact was always Mike. But I got the girls, and I got everybody's number now. And Abby's like, you call anytime you want to call. They're just the best people. But it was definitely an experience. Just an experience. My dad had experienced it because poor Andy, she lost her dad in April. And then now because her father was the man who passed away driving the tractor out in the field farming. And he passed away doing what he loved. And then now her husband passed away in the woods hunting, doing what he loved. And so she's not had the best year. She's lost her dad and her husband. And so my dad had gone to Andy's dad's funeral, and he had seen it already because they had the same funeral as Mike had. And Dad's like, when they tell you before they start, anybody has to go to the restroom, you better go because it's a long thing. And I'm like, he was not kidding. I guess Clarence, the elder, he said there are some Native American funerals that can last up to 4 days, because some do the 4 days of journey of the soul, where they do the pipe smoking every evening and they do certain things every day for 4 days. And I'm like, if I haven't said it, it was very fascinating, people. But okay, here is, let me see. That's Mike. That's one of the snapping turtles he got. I always call them Wild Bill Hickok. That's the kind of hats he always wore, in those floppy hats. And he had a lot of them. But the Indians, they try to use as much of that turtle as possible. They turn the shells and the drums, and they eat the meat, and the skin of the neck is spiral cut and hung to dry, and they turn them into bowstrings, They try to use as much of the animal as possible. There he is holding a little bear cub. He was with a group that went up north to tag baby bears while their moms were hibernating just to keep track of the population. And then here he is with one of his big bucks that he got. God, he was such a good guy. Such a good guy. I mean, there was all kinds of police officers there today, and so many people of all walks of life. A lot of my work buddies that my dad knew that worked with Mike, and so many people. So many people. And it's still really unbelievable. That does not open. He doesn't have that on the right. Okay. Because Dad and Odie were sitting there talking at the community center after the funeral, and Odie's like, I still can't believe it. I cannot believe it. And I'm like, I know, it's crazy. It is crazy. And, you know, since he was an elder in the tribe, you know, the tribe take care of it. They take care of the burial, and they take care of the food at the community center, and they'll get him a headstone. And Andy's an elder also. She's 3 months older than Mike. They were high school sweethearts. And one of the people they're talking said, if you ask Mike on any given day, he could tell you exactly how many days he has that Andy had been in his life. Because he was a keeper of numbers, and he knew that. At any day you could say, how long have you known your wife? And he could say, they met when they were like 16 or 17. And he would know exactly, like 15,000 blah 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 days. I can't say enough what a cool dude he was. So Stacy had a very interesting day today, people. Now I'm ready to take off the bra and the shoes and put on my Crocs, because I have real shoes on and not my Crocs, and relax and chill. Our mother did not come today because nothing is progressed today, but I do not care. Tomorrow I will call him and ask him what is going on. But I hope y'all had a pleasant Thursday. I'm going to have me a piece of orange and put this in the refrigerator so it stays nice. Thank you again, Maria. It was funny because when we left the community center, they were trying to get people to take some food. We brought home some ham and chicken. And I'm like, man, I wish I would have brought home a bowl of that fruit. Because they had a really nice bowl of mixed fruit. And when I get home, boom, fruit. But all right, I will see you all later.